shift. I don't gotta split no payment. I don't gotta answer questions. Right. And I don't need you to okay it. Yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. They check second to 10. Hey.
Not a day in my life. Knows my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die. We ain't gon' run, no, we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Knows my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride. This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lap. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons. And ice cream whip, triple school. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored.
From the home of the Bills since 1973, there's a look at the newly named New Era Field just outside of Buffalo, New York. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the Buffalo Bills.
Let's go. Let's do it.
$3.19! 50! Monday!
I'm coming for you, son! I'm coming for you, son!
I got it!
Allen off the play fake. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Go!
Throwing again. Allen. Got his man. That's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
That's good for a Bills. First down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
24's the mic.
You ain't got nothing! You ain't got nothing! Alert! Gun.
Quit talking about it and bring it.
Hey, seam 6! Seam 6!
On first down, Allen. And he fires one that's intercepted. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. He's going through a rough patch throwing the football. 4 interceptions in that loss last week. Opening drive starts the game with a pick here.
But we did spend time with the head coach and the offensive coordinator and asked them, what did you see on tape? What did you see on film? And they talked about mechanics, making sure that he gets his feet underneath him, doesn't overstride, does a better job taking care of the football. And I think they're as shocked as anyone to see the first one of the game here in this one.
Okay, needs to start heeding their advice. They'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. The Pro Bowler Chris Harris is in on the tackle. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Watson trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Gurley again here on 1st down. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Hold the look. Hold.
Hey, hold. Hey, orbit.
Devin Singletary with his first carry of the game. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Let's go, D.
Alert! Pilot, 64, weak.
24 is the mic. All day, just like that. Just like that.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. It's caught. Jones. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this.
And that will be caught by Jones. He's got a Buffalo touchdown. Julio Jones. His first touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Watson now to throw. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move. And now a fumble. The ball's out. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Singletary to get the drive started. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. DJ Reed, who played in college at Kansas State, made the tackle. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to the ground, this time with Gurley. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Here's Allen. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. A big pickup of 38.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays? Let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Watson on 1st down. I was going to let this go for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Throwing again here on 2nd down, this time complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston 1st down. On 1st down, it's Watson. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Chandler Jones, one of the best athletes to ever come out of Rochester, New York, in for the sack.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
After the sack on 1st down, Watson, and finding the tight end Hooper. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Austin Hooper, his first touchdown of the new season, as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. They scored the most points of anyone on opening weekend, and now 1st quarter touchdown here.
And while there's no guarantee that all the points they score in opening weekend are going to hold up and be the average all year long, they're certainly starting to set that type of a pace. And what you do with that is you put in the heads of all of your opponents, we've got to really be ready on defense because these guys know how to put the ball in the end zone.
You think they can keep piling on the points like this?
I think they can if they're prepared to adjust and adapt because they won't see the same defenses week in and week out.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
From the 25 on second down, Allen, good work after the catch, gets him 15 and a first down. On first down, it's Gurley. These two teams all tied after one. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 48-yard line. To the air, Allen. He rifles one that's intercepted. Vernon Hargreaves with a pick. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? After the interception, here's Watson. And he's got the hook up to Moore.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
On first down, Watson. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Hey, high 7.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
They run out of the shotgun with Gurley. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Allen's throw is complete, and he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Allen from the gun on third down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. So they're going for it, and here's Allen. And that is going to be incomplete. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And this Texans defense stands tall. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say that great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite at that level and not at that age. But I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? Just because he had enough confidence in himself that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
Now a first down throw. Watson. And the catch made by Hopkins. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans have taken the lead. Point after, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived, as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On the toss, it's Gurley. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
The Bills on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Hey, let's go.
From the gun, it's Allen. Able to find Walter. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 30 yards there. And, of course, the first down as well. Allen now on first down. Finding Green complete. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it, because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
Banjo, 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 banjo. Hey, wahoo! 36. And here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley.
I got you, boy.
It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3. The Bills on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter. 14-7. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season.
Hey, Haywood.
Allen going to try and throw on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. So now 4th down looming. Remember, these guys went for it on their last drive, but it didn't work out.
Yeah, even though it didn't work out, I would not be surprised at all if they went ahead and did it again.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Darn right.
Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th. Allen will look to throw for it on 4th. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this Texans defense stands tall. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on fourth down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, third down situation, big third down alert, lock in here, fourth down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. On 1st and 10, Watson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player, not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. 23 yards on the play. To throw is Watson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
That catch good for only a yard, and it will be third down. This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9. Again, it's Watson. Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Deshaun Watson with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Texans push further out in front. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the guys. You help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it.
Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. in the third quarter. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape. It's the 30. Meanwhile, on the NFL scoreboard, a game going on in Chicago. The gap there has widened. The Seahawks just scored again. That'll be a game to monitor as we go along. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. On 2nd and 12, Watson. It's complete to Fuller. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. Watson now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10. He finds Hopkins complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Here's Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Watson looks to throw again. And it's complete. Hooper. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Griffin. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Oh, he tried to pitch it and the ball's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the open.
And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Kill. Hey, turn it up.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Following the penalty, it's Gurley. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down.
Hey, box truck. Here we go.
From the 36, Allen. Complete to Jones. Give him 18 on that one as the Bills are going to have a first down. He's been one of their few bright spots here this afternoon.
And as you pointed out, so far he's gotten his. That's not been the issue at all. But the teammates, the other guys, they've been shut down. That's why the defensive guys have to feel pretty good, even though he's over 100 yards.
Yeah, he topped 100 with that last catch. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Line 36. Line 36. Hey, Alpha.
Throwing now is Allen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Deshaun Hand. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Bravo.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And the pressure gets to him again. The lightning rod, J.J. Watt with a sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance if they want to be
And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. And now the throw going to Fuller, and he's got it. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. It got his man complete. Past the 20, 10. Touchdown, Houston. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game. And the Texans push further out in front. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10.
36 to Mike. Brilliant.
Line 36. Line 36. 5 wide.
Watch 36 to Mike.
On 1st down, Allen. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Watch 36.
Hey, exit.
To throw again, Allen. Got an open man, it's Foster. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Todd Gurley, and it's 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
It's caught. Jones. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 43. Allen now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. Now Allen to throw. Going to throw again. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by DJ Reed. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
After the interception, here's Watson. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Chandler Jones, that is one he will remember. It's sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. To try again after the sack, Watson. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Third and long, it's Watson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, and the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now, there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. From the gun, here's Watson. And finding the tight end Hooper. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one good for 26 and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now it's Watson. Dancing to his left. He'll run it. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Looking to throw again on second down. Watson. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the fourth. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9 at the Texans' 46-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Watch 36. 36 to Mike. Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Arnold. It's complete. This is Todd Gurley. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Allen's throw is complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Allen now looks to throw. He completes it to Jones. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 16 yards, a first down. Allen now on first down. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Robert Foster, the intended receiver, but it'll be second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, we got 4.
Hey, Charlie.
Allen to throw again. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Robert Foster. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys are back within a single score. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. 1-score game here. Got to be careful.
And this is where coaching and training really comes into play, doesn't it? What does everyone say after an error? Next play. Move on. Next drive. That mantra has to come to the front. They've got to take care of business right here and act like the last series just didn't happen.
Throwing again on second down. Watson. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
Let's go.
On first down, it's Watson. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And his defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. That first down completion only netted them 3. 2nd and 7. To the air yet again, Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. 11 yards and a Buffalo 1st down. Back to throw. Caught by Jones. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. He'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. Call it a gain of 5. And that'll bring up 2nd down. They'll look to throw.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. He's back to throw. It's complete to Jones. 23 yards, the final tally. Allen going to come to the line here, 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Offensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
At the 19-yard line.
Well, Charles, we saw a comeback bid fall just a little short, but give them credit. They were able to hold on, withstand that comeback, and ultimately win it by the slim margin.
And bottom line, when it's all said and done, they don't ask you how much you won by. They just want to know, did you win? And that they did.
So for the Texans, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they'll have another road date next week with the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs. So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a